we have any public? There's 3, but who's the 3rd?
Alberto.
Oh, yeah, I'm on, so I can
He's
hear.
sharing.
I'm sharing screen.
Okay. Then I guess we don't have any public. The minutes, can we vote?
Well, you had,
Review and approve?
yeah, you saw a correction that needs to be made.
Yes, on agenda item 1. I called that meeting to order too.
Yeah, because
So was it
Brenda
here?
wasn't there. Yeah.
But everything else looked accurate.
Yeah, I thought so too. So just the attendance, okay.
So then we need a motion to approve with the correction.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, take a vote.
Me.
And so Alejandro, can you hear us? Show up.
Yep.
Okay, he voted, he's good. All right.
I wasn't there.
I don't think he can.
Oh, Mark can't vote, yeah,
I
Mark,
wasn't at the meeting, so I can't vote.
that's fine, you can abstain.
I'll stay.
Just put that Mark abstain. Right. You can move on. Oh, my turn. So I usually have 3 agencies, but one agency had a medical emergency and I'm trying to reschedule with them. So the 2 agencies that I'm gonna talk about tonight, are 2 that are actually being impacted by federal, rules and stuff. So let me start with El Comité. I went to visit El Comité in July. And we had a really good conversation. I think one of the big takeaways that I got from them was, they've done some interesting things. So one, due to ice raids and things like that, they've actually added a lock to their door and kind of like a ring type of camera. But they have seen less traffic coming asking for help. People are just afraid to come to the office. And they are really looking at trying to increase their legal representation services. And in fact, this is kind of since my site visit, they received. And so this might also, if you end up reading their application, you may want to take this into account or not, but they went before council 2 weeks ago and asked for some extra support to help cover those type of costs, and council approved it. So they're getting, I think it's 15,000 from council.
Specifically for legal services?
I don't know I don't know. It could be just for operations. We don't fund operations, so it could have been just for operations. I don't know. But you can watch the council and you can see what they said. They are working on creating a pro se model, like the idea of helping people represent themselves. They're working on that. They are also, thankfully, I think I'm impressed with this. I know it's gonna be a lot of work, but they're finally getting, so, they're really grassroots. A lot of their stuff was handwritten, paper, spreadsheets, and they're getting a database to help them track their work better. And so they're really, I think Lisa's the new ED. They still have tons of challenges, but I think they're really taking those next steps to be more accountable, to have better data tracking so they can see what their clients are actually, accomplishing. So yeah, that's the work that El Comité is doing. They're also, there's gonna be the concern is, she said there's gonna be a significant board transition coming up at the end of the year. Folks are, which is a good thing. It's also concerning when there's a lot of shift in the board. But we talked a little bit about that, but she's kind of looking forward to it, to have new board members and look, whenever you have new board members, they also look at things differently. So that's also a good thing, even if they're a little bit of challenge in the transition. So overall, it was a good visit. Not sure if they will meet their output goals just because there's less people coming to their door, and they're trying to find other ways to engage with folks. So that's I'm sure to be questions. Oh, is there somebody raise their hand or somebody trying to get in? Oh, Jeffrey's trying to get in.
Jeffrey.
Okay, so now we have everybody that was said there's gonna be here. So any questions on the committee?
No, I wanna just say that it's awesome that they're actually doing that, reamping the board. I mean, I think there's been some members on there for like a decade. So it's good to get fresh outlook and perspective, and people like, just up to date on today's issues.
I got an email from the board president, because I've known her for years. She was letting me know that, yeah, she was looking forward to retiring from the board and getting new leadership in there as well. So yeah, I think it brings challenges, but it's also a good thing. I agree.
Helped
I
them
know that.
get connected
I
with
know.
the Peruvian consulate the other day. That was pretty cool.
I didn't know that. I didn't hear that. What were you gonna say, Martha?
Just that there's been an uptick in therapeutic outreach regarding potential stress from immigration concerns and like relatives that are undocumented that people are now have a lot of anxiety about and worries about years ago.
Yeah.
I'm glad that the council is responsive in that regard.
Yeah. So before we go on to the other agency, so just to add to that, the other agency that went before council was TLC. And they were awarded, I believe, 25,000. Again, just so you are aware, that is not the money that this group.
Right. It was like their emergency fund?
Yes, it was their contingency fund, and so we're not handling that. That is being handled by council and CMO staff. But just wanted to make you aware.
Is that because of the CCAP cut?
I believe so. I didn't see the council, but I believe so. So.
What's the camp again?
Colorado.
Children, it's.
Oh, okay.
Fund preschool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them doing an end run into the council and bypassing us?
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
That'd be a good question.
It is a good question. Of course, and this is being recorded and will be done. Council has every prerogative to do what council wants to do. I think there's always going to be a concern of setting precedent, but it's not like it hasn't happened in the past. There has been times in the past where agencies have come before council and have received contingency funding because either it was a strategic initiative of the council or so.
I mean, these are unusual times.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I mean, it's an agency that's serving Longmont, and they went before their council and they asked, I think, any agency could potentially go do that. I mean.
Right, I mean, some of the needs are emergent, they're not really, right, I mean, they're all emergent, frankly.
Right.
Because we can consider it when we do ours.
You can consider.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a minute, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, if you exactly you it's.
I mean, both of those situations are, acute.
Right.
They're all gonna be acute. I mean, I wonder if, I was on an Indivisible call a little while ago, and there's one of the campaign, I don't know if you guys know indivisible.org, but it's one of the resistance organizations. But one of the things that occurred to me is they do have this Science of Solidarity campaign right now, and it's kind of about showing, like, having businesses have signage that says, like, there's a safe place here and you're welcome here, and like we stand with immigrant families. I'm just wondering, when you went to El Comité, did you see signage to that effect, or did you see any sort of like safe zone?
No, I mean, they've always had a safe zone. You remember that pink triangle?
Yes.
They've always had that up. I remember that but they've had that for years.
Right, but there's like legal signage that's like, current that is protective of like private spaces essentially.
Yeah, I think they had something up. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think they had something up, not necessarily part of any campaign, just kind of a know your rights type of,
Yeah.
and again, they've added an actual, like they've added a ring camera and a buzzer so they can buzz people in, right? So they can see who's coming into the area.
Yeah.
Which they didn't have before. When they were open, they were just open. So they've done that now.
I know that Lisa doesn't want to really grab too much attention. So one of the major things is, if signage like that is up, you'll have your loyalists out there trying to like target that spot, and that's one of the areas that undocumented people in the city have found to be safe already. So that message is already carried in the underground type
Yeah, good point.
of conduit.
I mean, I think, well, hopefully that signage will start to show up in enough places that you couldn't target them all.
So moving on to I Have a Dream, I went up to Boulder and I met with them. And I'm gonna keep on the federal impacts. One of the programs that is going away federally is their AmeriCorps. And not every agency uses AmeriCorps, but I Have a Dream is one of those that does use and has heavily used AmeriCorps. They've had multiple AmeriCorps volunteers that help out at their I Have a Dream site by providing tutoring, providing assistance to the group leaders, etc. And so that's hitting them. Because when there's a lot of kids and you have one program manager or one program coordinator at the site, it's hard to manage that. And so the AmeriCorps folks were really helpful for managing the sites. So they're working through it, trying to figure out. They were partnering with. So it was a program. She explained to me that it was an AmeriCorps program run by Notre Dame. So that's interesting. It was run by Notre Dame. And so they are trying to, they're trying to figure out what comes next. But that has hit them hard. Because they
were sudden, right?
Yeah.
I hear it.
Did all AmeriCorps good?
I don't know if all AmeriCorps is gone, but I think it's severely cut.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the exactly, but I know it took a big cut.
Yeah. That actually aligns with emails blasts that have been coming in trying to get mentors for kids in the area who are of color, who are having extra stress surrounding like all the DEI cuts, and they've made diversity, equity, and inclusion a dirty word. So
So we talked about how that impacted. I asked them what their impact was, and they're really they're really working on incorporating their academic support and celebrating identity and helping them feel, their outcomes are really around, yes, the academics, but also self-worth and self-efficacy. That was a really good conversation. They said that they've done really well. Working with the school is key. For example, one of their bigger classes is at Timberline, and that's been going well. When I asked talk to me about barriers that you're having or your students are having, and said, Timberline is great, but it's not always easy to work with St. Maureen. That can be challenging, and she talked also about resource gaps that they're having, and to the DEI piece, she talked about just the political climate and and the opposition to that kind of work, is something that they're, and then she also mentioned like that one, which is one of our top priorities, or that was defined by our human resources needs assessment. She talked about mental health, and because of the stress and all of that kids are facing, that those are all challenges that they're facing. They got 45 students right now. Yeah, it was a really good conversation. So, you know.
45 students.
Mhm. And so, but they're also working with their families. So I think the goal is to hit 350 people in Longmont with, you know. So
I
I think,
wonder if there's a way to like directly partner, since a question that we were trying to tweak last time. Maybe we can have some of the agencies consider working with them. Like Restart, that painting one, like some of the mental health groups and stuff.
so I've been connecting Restart with multiple agencies. One of the big things that I've been doing, and so when we go see Medicine Horse Mark on the 28th, I'm gonna so Medicine Horse, for example, is of the horses. They got these two really great mini horses. They're awesome. So one of the things that I've been trying to do, for example, is another barrier that Medicine and Horse shared, and I Have a Dream talked about too, is like transportation. And so, like for example, our CYF, our Children, Youth, and Families, which is also part of Christmas, they actually have buses. And so I'm trying to connect Medicine Horse and other agencies with CYF as resources, because it's like if they can use a bus to take some kids out, because to do the equine therapy, that's a really great connection. But yeah, I've connected Restart with, for example, with the Autism Society of Boulder County. So yeah, I am trying to connect as many folks as I can. Any other questions on I Have a Dream or thoughts? So a lot of our agencies are working hard, and there's just some challenges that, yeah.
We're seeing, we're doing them at the Medicine Horse at the end of the month. When are we doing the other one? I have it on my calendar.
August
Is it scheduled?
Yeah, the one we're doing Longmont Meals on Wheels.
Which is, it's scheduled, right?
It's scheduled for next week, I think.
Wait, okay.
Yeah. And so Mark's the only one that's taking me up, but if anybody wants to come, I'm always.
I felt bad, I was only
When
doing
is
12
the
of them.
Let's get some deal.
Next week, let me check my calendar. I think it's the 15th.
That's Friday.
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
15th is tomorrow.
Oh, no, it's not that soon.
Next week sometime.
I think
Assumption.
it's in the afternoon. I'll look, I think,
That's fine. I take to my daughter.
it's sometime,
I could look.
oh, it's the 26th. We're gonna be doing 2 that week. You're gonna do 26?
Is there a central place where those are known, posted? There's
not,
send them out.
I send them out.
Just send them out.
Yeah.
26 is Meals on Wheels, you said?
At
Tuesday afternoon at
3.
3:00.
And then Medicine Horse is Thursday afternoon at 2. So
Those are, well, the Medicine Horse is up here. Are we,
what is that? Did somebody set the alarm?
That is a one. Oh, you see, I'm probably trying, I don't know. Typically,
Are we in danger?
I don't know. There
does it sound like a fire alarm?
There are people in the house.
Oh, no, is it Sandy's radio? She has a weather radio, so that's probably a National Weather Service.
Oh.
So that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting on the recording.
I would have gotten, I think, Boulder County, as I checked, done those out, right?
Like, where do we even go? Under the table?
This round, you'd like to find it into your program. National one of the jury.
I'm assuming doesn't do it.
You know, oh my gosh, she's so funny.
Thing.
I don't.
I told him, because I wanted to see the weather.
It's still 90 degrees out at 6.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
But
I don't see anything.
But it is her radio, right? So,
it worked.
it worked. All right, so moving on, there's no, and again, if anybody's interested in any, I still have, who's left? I have, Final Meals on Wheels, Medicine Horse. I'm gonna be going to Mother House in September. And I still gotta reschedule at Centro Amistad, and I think I just reached out to 3 other ones. There's not many left, many opportunities left, but if anybody's interested in going with me, you're welcome. It's always interesting, always an interesting thing.
I'd love to go to Mother House.
Good.
I'll let you know, if we're gonna meet here or meet at the location.
Yeah, we can.
That was my question before the alarm went off. Medicine Horses,
It's right off of County Line Road. So you go down County Line, and it's in a ranch. It's an interesting place.
Where you would expect horses to be.
not on Main Street.
No,
And is Meals on
we was at the senior center.
Yeah.
That's what we're meeting at the senior
Yeah.
center. So. All right, and I can send that out to some more, so.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the 215 and let's talk about the hearing dates. So we sent out a rule, if you didn't sign it, it's fine, if you have other options. I just want to get them done or decided pretty quickly, right? So I did 7, we always do 7 because there's always, and we said 6 to 8, but to be honest, it could be 6 to 9, we'll see. We don't know. But these are the dates that were the most popular. Amy was tracking. Actually, while we're doing this, we haven't put the priority areas, but let me get a piece of paper and let's cut down what people want to do right now. Because I got most of you here. I see Crystal, but I can reach out to Crystal. So let me get a piece of paper.
That was so scary.
It's a lot of days.
How many do we have on there?
There's 7 days.
So these were the most popular ones.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah. I think you do. I teach so really very good.
So remember, you only have to come to 3 of those.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Certain priority areas go on.
Because you're only gonna choose 3 priority areas.
Yeah.
And so,
So these will be organized by priority area?
yes,
But we don't have 7 priority areas.
I know, I always throw in an extra day just in case we need it.
Got it. Okay.
No, not for the discussion, but sometimes we have to, if it's a really big priority area,
Yeah,
I'll break it up.
okay.
And each, sorry, does each organization get 30 minutes?
No, that's
5 minutes, 3 minutes?
they get 15 minutes of you asking them questions.
Okay,
And then at the end, they get 5 minutes to share whatever they want to share. Now, if an agency has 2 programs, we'll give them 20 minutes for your questions and then 5 minutes for them to say something. Share whatever they want to share. But typically it's 15 Q&A with you, and then 5 kind of like their wrap up thoughts.
I kind of wished it was reversed. Only because like the questions, I usually have questions from the presentation,
Not from the application.
not necessarily from the application.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, I was just thinking, because for me, the presentations were much more, because we had read the application, you know, the presentations were more meaningful, yeah, and more stuff came up while they were talking. But we still asked questions in the wrap up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a conversation. I mean, really, I only do it because I gotta try to keep it moving because,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
So are you gonna set the dates that I mean, it seems like some category, like, are you gonna pre-assign the categories by date? So that if people want to, like, it seems like there's gotta be something that gets thrown down first, like, on this day we'll be doing this category, so that people know what to choose if they can't make a date.
okay.
I have one date I know I can't make,
Yeah,
or
me
you have
too.
know that you can't make Tuesdays, so.
Yeah.
It's,
So, okay, so, well, let's do this first. Let's get everybody's priority areas.
Yeah, probably.
And then we can start saying, okay, which date works.
That's the backwards way, but I mean, that's the opposite of, yeah, that works too, that's fine.
Well, because I could say,
It's not
either,
isolation
I see
of
what you were
difficulty.
saying.
That's
Yeah.
the other way.
well, no, we could say, let's say Wednesday, September 10th, let's make it housing, right? Let's just do it right now. Let's go housing on 9/10. Let's do, food on 9/16. And so we'll have to call Crystal and Santa and talk to her about it. On the 25th of September, that's Thursday. Let's do health. Health is the one that we may have to break up into two, because that's usually the biggest one.
That's fine. Okay.
So don't take health, right? And let's do housing, food, health. Let's do education on the 30th. Okay. And then on the 8th, let's do self-sufficiency. And on the 18th, which is usually it's usually the shortest one. Actually, no, let's keep the 18th open.
Yes.
Just in case.
Yes, and then
Okay.
schedule the 22nd.
Second, yeah, let's do the 22nd. Let's do safety and justice on the 22nd.
That's better.
Yeah, and we will keep Saturday open, even though I'm pretty sure it'll be health and wellness.
Yeah.
Just,
Helpful.
just because that's usually the biggest one.
All right, spillover.
Yeah, spillover is
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
All right, so now we got the dates.
Okay, that's helpful. I think.
That's fine. So food. So 9:30. You said education, right?
Yeah.
So
What you got for September 10th?
On the 10th, it's housing. The first will be housing, because that's kind of our top priority. Okay. 18 is gonna be spillover, kind of like, I'm pretty sure it'll be held, but you know, so with that, now I'd love to hear where you all want to be in.
And how many areas should we pick?
3, because here's the deal, I want, if at all possible, I would love that each application has 3 board members reading it, right? So I don't need everybody reading every application. But I want 3 board members reading all the housing. I want 3 board members reading all of the food and the health and the wellness and the education.
And I wonder if we should just not read the same application since we're both new.
Yeah, you can do that. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Only one new person reading an application, because I would hate for us to be a couple of knuckleheads and, mess things up.
Well, again, that's why we do 3, because we can have an average, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Experience, I'm sure.
All right.
we could
Yeah,
find-
but her and I, an experienced person, we could really.
You know what I mean?
Find we're not gonna.
Yeah, right, exactly. I just don't want to have that much outside influence. All right.
So Cassie, you're ready.
Yes, because I know I can do housing, I can do health, and I can do stuff, safety and justice. And I could do that Saturday, if something pops up.
And you don't like it, you can.
I'm so sick of education. And Tuesdays they work
Those
late, and
are,
and when-
but in the reverse order. For priorities.
Okay, so
First.
safety and justice. Health.
But that's good, you're really good at it. Oh, my. Yeah.
Okay.
Giving you a nervous breakdown there.
No.
Yeah, I'm super,
And I want you, if it comes down to the wire, you know, that if I need a third, I might lean on some folks. Just, yeah, I'm gonna try not to, but if I have to, I will reach out.
with a sense of our categories, like.
So housing, health, and safety
In my brain, like self-sufficiency and
Only-
like,
only has one more slot open, so
Who?
just housing, health, and safety and justice technically only has one slot open.
happy to take, I'm happy to coordinate, so we don't take the same thing.
Okay.
And the only thing I can't do probably is health and wellness because of that date. Thursday, 25th date.
Okay.
So I'll take health and wellness then. So
Okay,
it's gonna be
so
on,
March.
which she can.
And
Take that.
and I love education just because that's.
All right, so education.
And beyond that, I'm flexible. So, I
Okay.
mean, there's 1, 2, 3.
Can you explain, just take a minute and explain self-sufficiency, the kind of.
So those are like the R center basic needs, you know, they might change to housing, we'll see what they're gonna apply for. It's
Okay,
El Comité that does like, anything that does case management will probably live under self-sufficiency.
I think that, like finance stuff goes in there too.
Right, finance, so like my health, my well-being, things like that will go under that. So,
What do you want? Next,
which one's that?
housing or you want food?
I
or
just
housing?
health, right?
yeah, I got you on health, I got, and then Jeffrey and Alejandro and Robert, we'll get to you all here in a little bit.
We can do safety and justice.
Okay,
and justice.
self-sufficiency then.
Okay, so then safety and justice is done.
The only one I can't do is housing, FYI.
Okay,
Did I say take housing? I'm happy to take housing.
so I have, wait, hold on, let me make sure I got this right. So let me go. So Kathy, housing, health and safety and justice.
Yes.
Martha, safety and justice, health and housing. Right now, Katie, I got you in education, self-sufficiency. Mark, I got you in health and safety and justice.
I'll take food.
Okay, so food.
So then that wraps up my three.
Yeah, and you can take whatever, so then I'm happy to take whatever other third one you need.
Well, I need one last one for housing, Jeffrey. Okay, you'll take it? Okay, all right.
Is that good? Then
Yeah, that's fine.
So speech.
All right, so this group is done. Robert, what
I'm
do you?
available,
Oh, yeah,
the 10th, the
That works.
16th, the 30th, the 18th, and the 22nd.
Okay, so we don't need anybody the 10th. You said the 16th, that's food, okay? So Robert's putting food. And what else did you say, Robert?
The 30th,
That's education. I can put you in education. And one more. You said what?
the open one, either I'll do the justice one on the 22nd or the open one on the 18th.
Well, I can't do safety and justice because that one's already full.
Oh, okay.
So what's on the 18th?
That's the open day.
That,
Oh, that's probably be health. Okay. All right. So what are the one you said? Say your dates again.
I said the 10th, the 16th, the.
Okay, so
And the 18th.
the 10th,
The 16th.
the 16th. What's the 16th? I already got them on food.
That's
Food.
Okay, got you that.
Yeah,
The
30th, you have them education.
Okay, and then 8.
That's just 18th.
18th is all right, so.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so then we can do 4 on safety and justice. It's fine. That's 22nd, right? The 22nd, you'd be okay with that? Okay, all right. All right. Okay, now, Alejandro, and then I gotta check what I have.
I've been writing it on here if that helps.
Yes, that'll be helpful. So where were we most needed?
We don't have anything for self-sufficient.
No, no, we
I'll
have some,
take-
Oh,
Definitely
you-
self-sufficiency, it'll be nice.
okay, so,
Sorry, and also you have need food and health.
so Katie, so Alejandro's self-sufficiency, Katie is self-sufficiency. Okay, and what other one did you say, Alejandro?
All right, so the only one I can't do is housing, so I'm
Then
interested
let's
in
put you,
all of them.
let's put you,
education.
food or education, you choose.
I like food,
All right,
You don't get to eat it there.
I like education too, but I like food more.
All right, and then, Jeffrey, let me tell you what we need. We need an education. And we need one more self-sufficiency. Or food.
And I'm happy with either of those, except that I'm unavailable on September 25th or September 30th.
Okay, so he can't do education,
No
so,
education.
so we're gonna need. So we can put him on food,
Move someone else around.
and we can put Jeffrey also, we're gonna make a copy before we leave. We'll put Jeffrey on that.
Oh, yeah, Crystal.
So Crystal, so I have everything, so Crystal we may need Crystal on. We're gonna need her on education, and she can be a fourth on something else if she wants. But no, I think health is taken care of.
It is, well, that one seemed light.
Where is health? Health,
Like I did one.
Are you Kathy and Mark?
yeah, we have Martha, Cassie and Mark,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
oh,
so that's full.
that's a good team.
Yeah.
So really, Crystal,
Yeah.
No questions.
and then so here's where this is where we're gonna need.
If Jeffrey wants housing or somebody else wants housing, I'm happy to switch.
Well, we might have to put. Yeah, we're gonna need someone else on education. So right now we have
I'll take that.
Robert, but, okay, Alejandro, put Alejandro, so you'll have 4. And we're good. All right, so we're good, and we'll talk to
Wait,
Crystal.
what's his fourth? I only have him on food, education.
And those are missing. Okay, no, you're good, you only got 3.
I was like, wait, I missed something.
No, you're good. I will tell you, Mark, Cassie, and Martha, you guys will probably have the biggest number. Because health for some reason is really popular.
Can't you add Crystal to that one?
We could, yeah. Why don't you put it down with the
You don't
president?
have, I mean, add the more people to the place you have.
Yeah, we'll add her to that.
I mean, you could see where you,
But we're still gonna all review the same number of applications.
Yeah.
So you could have 6 people or 1 person, we're all gonna review the most.
Yeah,
That's
just,
the biggest category.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just, you have more to review in that
We
category.
don't divvy them up.
yeah.
oh, okay.
And that just happened to be a really big
Okay,
category.
got it, okay.
Well, that's a
That's
big
why we
focus.
get the average.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah, and we'll talk to Crystal, or I'll email her and she said she couldn't make it, but she would watch the recording, so I will email her, figure out, but yeah.
And potentially the 3 of us will be tapped for the 18th too, right?
Potentially,
Because of the spillover.
yeah,
The 18th will probably be health, is that it?
yeah, probably
So
will
I
be.
can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep that one just in case. That health tends to be the biggest one,
Mhm.
you know.
Ignore the hearts on it. That was just when I picked.
I don't do it.
Yes, Robert.
I want to volunteer to be a standby,
Okay.
for anybody who can't make it. I'll fill in. I can make any of those days.
Yeah, and for you, Robert, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure we got you everything printed out and good to go, because, yeah.
Well, just in case.
Yeah, no,
Someone can't make
We'll
it.
get everything ready for you. Amy and I will be on top of that. Perfect. We got
Hey,
this done.
Alberto,
Yes,
could you just email us that list that you created, you know?
I will type it up for everybody.
Amy will do that.
Everybody has a
Thank
different
you.
version.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Martin is the official one right now, so
I will probably send it next week.
she's good. Oh, yeah, it's Amy's birthday.
Oh.
On Sunday.
Happy birthday.
And guess where she's going after this meeting?
There.
To the
Where are you going though?
Boy, I love
Des Moines, Iowa. That's a great place to spend the birthday.
You gonna send it while you're on vacation?
I disconnect completely. All the best of you, if you need
Yeah. Hey. All right, perfect. And then the last thing for tonight is, and I'm gonna go back to this here, if I can get there. Is, So I took I took what you all, and I went back and listened to the video multiple times. I'm gonna see if I can make this bigger so everybody can see it. Sorry about that. It's a spreadsheet on my. That's too big. That's a little too big.
This is priorities.
Right, yeah, this is way back. Yeah, but we needed to, because we, well, we need to adjust because we added, so this yellow one's right here. The ones in yellow. We added the collaboration question, and so that's number 2. And I went back and listened to the recording multiple times, and I wordsmithed it. I think that's what we arrived at. And then I combined the 2 questions into number 1. And so I just wanted to run that by you. And make sure that you're all okay with it.
I mean, that comes in their measurement intention, right? You're saying there, you won't have the data per se from a past time, right?
Right.
This is perspective.
Yes, I mean, this comes from what they think they're gonna do.
So it's essentially, do they have a database? Do they have a data-driven way to manage their outcomes?
Correct.
Or measure their outcomes? Okay.
Yeah.
I like the questions, but the way that that's worded for the number 1. If they're applying for the first time in their new, they might not have outcome yet.
If they have never had a program, you won't even see that application. I won't let it go.
Okay.
We do not fund brand new programs. You wouldn't see that application. I wouldn't screen it through. They have to have at least a year, the way that I look at
Data.
Sometimes, yeah, they gotta demonstrate some success.
And question 1 has a lot of points, potentially.
Yes,
It's weighted.
it's weighted 3 times.
3 times multiplier, so. I think it's a good question.
Yeah, that's what we want to have.
Yeah.
Meaningful outcomes.
And question 2 was the collaboration.
Which is important,
Yeah, and questions 2 really based on council direction. They want to see more collaboration.
Right. And so,
Okay.
Especially for those ones that are like, I couldn't even tell which one I was reading because they sounded so much alike, like they worked together to make them.
Christina has been trying to convince folks to do joint applications. We've talked to agencies about, hey, we'll think about, doing a joint one. She has brought that up. Because there are some agencies that are very complementary to each other. I wouldn't say they're necessarily duplicative, but they're very complementary and to think about doing a joint. But people have been doing this application for so many years, it's kind of hard to get out of the, you just do it every year.
Yeah.
So we have had those conversations. Are we good?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. And then the last thing before we go, I have an idea that I want to run by you, and if I can go back to our drawing board. So we said at our March or April special meeting that we had downstairs that we wanted to give extra points to the ones that were doing the 3 priority areas, the human services needs assessment pointed out, mental health, housing, and food. So I was talking to Christina about this, and here's the idea I have. So the way that we do our funding is, and we use the standard deviation, right? So each of you score, we get the average, we get the standard deviation, and then what we've done is we said, all right, you have to hit the standard deviation to be even considered to get a certain percentage. You got to get 1.5 the standard deviation, and if you get less than 1.5 below, you're not going to be. So no, standard deviation. If you hit that score, you get the middle level of funding. 1.5 above, you get the higher level of funding. 1.5 below, you get lower funding. Anything below 1.5, you're not funded. And so what I'm thinking of doing, so I want to run this by you all, is that for evaluation, when we do that, is that if that agency is providing a program that meets mental health access, food access, or housing supports, then I give them half of what the standard deviation is. So let's say the standard deviation is 18. I don't know what it is yet because I don't know what you guys are scored. Then they would get 9 extra points. Does that make sense?
Really,
Yeah.
to
So we wanted to reward those that are doing the 3 priority areas.
I think it's a good idea.
Even if they're, so they're gonna get extra points, even if they're scored low. For whatever reason, they're gonna get extra points on top of that to kind of might level it out. Is that what you're,
It may level out or
or mean?
I mean, that's the thing is standard deviations, right?
Right.
Are sort of barbell things sometimes. So what if we just gave them like flat extra points?
that was if you guys,
I don't know, I'm just worried that standard deviation could have moved people.
I'm fine with just doing,
Right.
if you just say give them 10 points, and that makes it easy for me too. That was just an idea that I thought about. I'm open to other ideas. But we did say that we wanted to reward those that are, focusing on what the human services needs assessment said were the top 3. I'm okay either way.
Well, you're saying essentially that the total score maximum is 85,
Right now, yeah.
and so 10 is,
That's fine. If
I
10,
mean, is it 10 or is it, like, I don't know. I don't really know
I
what
don't know
the,
that when you're already sometimes not sure and then you get a number and then you standard deviation and you throw it further apart.
right.
You try not to make an outlier.
Thank you.
So by that, then what would be the reasonable percentage bonus? Is it 10 or is it 8.5? Is it 10%? Is it more than 10%? Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around that.
So are you talking about like our center? They do food, they help with
but
housing.
they do all those things, but they only apply for one program, right?
So that,
But you're talking about people who apply for multiple programs?
No, I'm talking about, so for example, if the R Center chooses housing, right, they would get the extra points. If they choose basic needs, they wouldn't get the extra points.
but will they know that before they apply? No.
No,
Because then, that could really.
or if you want, even though we voted on it, we could wait until next year.
Well, I mean, I'm not advocating that. I think we spent a long, hard time getting to that decision, and I'm not recommending we reverse the decision, because I think you have to open Pandora's entire box to do that. So I'm not suggesting that. I'm asking the question about 2 things. Number 1 is what is a reasonable percentage bump for being in a prioritized category? That would be my first question, because
Well, we wouldn't be bumping up amounts, we're bumping up scores.
yeah, exactly. So you're saying, in other words, I'm saying, what is a reasonable percentage to bump that score? And I would say 10 is more than 10%. Are we comfortable with that would be my question. So that's about 12%, right? And so perhaps that's okay, but I'm inexperienced. So you all tell me what a typical
Well,
range
but-
is.
Oh, I see what you're saying, but
Yeah,
so 10 would not be 10% because you still got my scores too.
okay, and those are how much?
I think you have 85, I have. Let me check.
I mean, because that would be helpful to know. And then
Yeah.
my second question actually is, or concern, or just creating awareness of, is transparency around that, and whether or not there's a concern around not being transparent with applicants that there are bonus categories, because
We didn't let them know, so that's
I
why.
know, so this is my concern.
Oh, yeah.
I am concerned around transparency.
Which one they applied for?
Correct. Because let's say our center is a grant writing machine, they know how to write a grant. And so would they have made a different decision about their category approach if they had known there were bonus categories? So my fear would be, I don't know that I would be super comfortable about not being transparent about that.
Well,
I mean, that makes it a good play for next year.
that makes it a good place for next year.
Yeah, it does. I would feel kind of concerned about not being transparent about that.
Okay.
I do like the concept though,
Yeah.
of that.
So,
These are so particular things, because those are the greatest need here.
so maybe we could do like a shadow. I don't wanna make extra work, but this year, right, even though we're not doing it, say, what if,
Well, it
this little, what
would
if we
affect-
had added
Right,
10%?
right.
I'm happy to do that too.
Yeah.
Because I agree about
Yeah.
the transparency piece. I
Yeah,
think that-
no, I think you're, yeah.
Or is there a way to give those categories a bigger piece of the pie?
Well, we already did that. That's what we did done.
Yeah.
Take care of it for.
For this year. Yeah, we already did that. We already did that.
Yeah.
I do think looking at, pegging a percentage and saying, okay, for example, do you know what your points are now?
Yeah, 55.
Okay, so if there's, 140 points total, then 10% or 10 points feels more reasonable to me than, because
And we'll do-
not, right?
So run a shadow, right, so run a shadow.
Yeah, let's do that.
You know.
But if we're not gonna do that, then we need a motion to change what we're gonna do. So we did make a motion.
Well, didn't we already do that by putting more money in those pots?
Yeah, but we also made a motion to add points at a later
Yeah.
date.
But
So just to be,
how was that worded? I don't remember exactly how that got worded.
either.
That needs to be undone. I don't know. We don't put the meeting.
Yeah.
April, right?
Yeah,
It's a special session on Saturday.
yeah, if we have a minutes, let's take a look at that. Cause if it didn't get added because we didn't do it then we don't have to undo it. We just.
Yeah, just remember the discussion around the money, the monetary
Yeah.
piece of the pie.
Gonna pull it.
That I do.
Something about, yeah.
So let's look at the minutes so that we can be, like, I do agree with you about the transparency part. And because we hadn't decided what the percentage, I didn't let people know, right?
Yeah.
Transparency part of it, and probably I would be more inclined to get away from the standard deviation and do something a little more, because that gets a little, you can get people, within the bell curve here and then throw them way over here.
Yeah.
Like you said, or way over there unintentionally.
They thought it was interesting.
Oh, no, just-
Yeah.
If they wanted to prove the worst.
Oh, here they are.
That was like the most boring part of my dissertation class.
Standard deviation.
Okay, let's see what we decided. A motion. Okay. Let's see what we decided. A motion was made to approve the priority areas and their corresponding funding percentages. Okay, so we did not make a motion on that.
Yeah.
Okay, well then we're,
Funding, yeah, we did.
Mhm. That I remember.
okay, then we are good.
It's moot.
But I would like to do that shadow,
Yeah.
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 Sure.
So we're moving from.
I mean, we could always.
So we're not doing anything.
Like.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think you have to put the shadow, we're not doing.
Well, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we did do what we said we were gonna do. We made them, we did make them reflect the,
Funding priority.
Yep. perfect,
That might be enough.
yeah.
Maybe we could also do like some kind of notification that there's gonna be this change, because we also talked about like alternating years or something.
Yeah, we voted that down in the meeting before. We voted that down the meeting before, which is fine, but we can bring that up again.
We kicked the can a little bit on that.
We did, and that's okay, that's okay. So, okay, good, then we are fine, we don't need to have that, we don't need to do that. Thank you, Katie, for,
Yeah.
yeah,
That is actually a good one.
yeah, it does make it,
Yeah.
but I will run a parallel just to, and I will use 10
Sure.
points. And then we will see
You'll
in November,
What it does, yeah.
yeah, what it would have done.
I like that.
And I did tell the agencies, it was in the application guide, that these are no longer guidelines, but set bucket limits, right? So that I did put a one pager in the application guide, so there we were transparent. All right, that's all I had. Jeffrey, Alejandro, anything from you all?
Sounds like a good solution.
Yeah, we can move on to other business.
Just the typo right there.
I fixed it on the,
Yeah.
PDF.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Oh, we have another business now.
Yeah, we're in the business.
Can you just run through the timeline real quick?
Yes, So, and then I don't want to erase, so the timeline is we are, so when you look at the hearing dates, right, I'm gonna go back up to the hearing dates. So the timeline is, these are the hearing dates. Our last hearing date is, October 22nd. Okay, so I get the applications the 25th. I'm gonna work as fast as I can. To get you all, I gotta look at my calendar.
So the 26th.
Probably not. I will try and get it no later than, let's see, hold on, I gotta see dates here. It's due the 25th, by the 29th, you will have your applications, right? And so the housing first are the first ones that are gonna see, so you'll probably have a week and a half of your housing to read the applications.
So we do the hearings before we have the application?
No, you will have the applications before you
But
do
these
the.
are in September and you said October.
No, I think it's
August
August 25th is when.
Yeah, August 25th, they are due. Me and Christina will review them and I can screen out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I would try and have them assigned by the 29th. And then we do our hearings through October 22nd. And you'll be scoring that whole time. I really would love to have your scores, and this is always a challenge. By no later, if possible, by the October 31st. Because then our meeting is when we do is on the 13th of November. I've had people turn in the scores on the Wednesday before. Do it. It's just my concern is if I'm doing it at 10 o'clock at night on the Wednesday before, it invites errors. Now, what I am going to do differently this year is I'm going to update the Founded and make sure that you guys have the right questions, but I'm also going to give you a spreadsheet with all of your agencies so that you can put them on the spreadsheet. So my always concern is always transposing. I always have a second pair of eyes, but if I do it straight from Founded, because Founded doesn't do the math for me, then if I go from a 2 to a 3 or a 2 and a 5 and I miss it up, that makes a difference. So this year I'm going to create spreadsheets and the tabs will be on the bottom of all your agencies for you all to put them in yourselves.
Okay, by the 29th. About October 1st.
The 31st. Halloween. I mean, if you get me honestly, if I can get them by the 7th of November, like 31st is my preferred date. 7th that would be tough. But I had people turn them in
The same day.
the same day. Yeah.
So last year my computer went down a few times and I had done it and I lost it. And I was told,
That would be incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
no, poor Alberto was like chasing after me, not literally.
So yeah, that's the timeline.
Okay.
Okay.
Alberto,
Yes.
on the scoring sheet, does each application have a separate tab, or are you saying there's also a
That's the way I'm
tab
gonna do it.
that,
Yes.
so will there be a tab that has the combination of all the scores so we can compare each application score side by side on one tab?
Trying to picture that.
So
Yours. I don't show you all each other's scores. I have it, I
Right.
don't show it.
Yeah.
right,
kind
so
of-
we won't see other reviewers' scores, but my question is there a tab on the score sheet
I
that
can create one.
that would be good? One
Like a
thing that has
summary
been
tab.
helpful.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll do that for you all. Yeah, I can do that for you all.
Yeah.
Like a summary tab?
A summary tab, yeah, because I think
Yeah.
it's natural to compare one application to another. And
Sure, yeah, that's a good idea.
ranking applications is useful, which one really scored all the points goes to the top and which one is sort of middle tier. And so being able to rank them side by side on one tab will allow us to kind of figure out
Yeah,
if
that's
one
a great
application
idea.
is stronger than another. Yeah, that could be helpful for some reviewers.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll create that for you all.
Good job.
Thank
Good suggestion, Jennifer.
That'd be fun for points. Oh, this is my golden buzzer. Different agency.
All right. I don't have anything else.
I have a
Go ahead.
question.
Yeah,
I'm curious. Do we know how much money we're getting?
no, that's why Carol's not here.
He's hiding.
No, they just don't know yet.
I don't need the number, I was just wondering.
Yeah, no, Amy and I tracked him down and caught him in the hall and said, hey, are you gonna be there? And he's like, I don't have a revenue number yet. And so the way it works is we get 3% of the revenue, and since they don't have one, they can't give us a number. I've been told that we're hoping for best case scenarios is remaining flat. That's what I've been told, but I don't know. And they're still working on the budget. So,
Well, and yeah, I mean, property values have to be off.
yeah. Yeah, I really think that that special session is gonna make, you know. I'll let you know as soon as I know. I'll email the board.
A lot of the newspapers, I see all of the cities have a decrease in revenue. Across the board, pretty much. I can't think of any that's doing well. They're all, not just because of the federal cuts, but just spending in general.
Yeah.
Like
Property
tourism,
values for.
Yeah.
they don't have tourism anymore. They don't have tourists anymore. They have day trippers. The day tripper comes in and he may buy a hamburger and he leaves. The tourist comes in, rents a play, rents, buys things. And you're seeing a lot of day trippers, very few tourists, so a lot of the revenues.
Yep.
So yeah, so as soon as I know, I will let you all know, but we don't know yet.
So for other business, should we say that Harold will talk in September or delete that?
We can put it, that's fine. You can just write down, we'll invite city manager to come talk about budget.
Any motions to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
All right.
Second.
Thank you all. This was great. We got a lot done tonight.
7:02.
All right. Oh, wait, Alejandro, you have a question?
No, I was voting to adjourn.
All right, thank you all. Have a good
Hungry.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Let's fix it.
It's gonna get
Yes, again, that.